Very important.
So if you were the head of the FBI, I'm going to give you a magic wand.
Do I
Okay,
get excited?
okay. So, and you only have 2 minutes to answer this question.
Right.
You're the head of the FBI. What is the rule, or the, let's put it, a guideline? I prefer the word guideline, that you would put in place to make sure horses and sport are carried out ethically.
The horse comes first. That you have to make sure that the horses, this is one of your, your non-negotiable needs, but it's not just non-negotiable needs out in a family home. There's non-negotiable needs in every situation. You can't have, it would have to be the horse first. And if the horse isn't happy, and that's a really subjective term, because do we know when a horse is happy or not? I believe we do. I believe we do. A lot of people say, well, we don't, but I think you can see it. Happy is maybe not the word. If that's it's just a term for us. We can see that they're content. We can see that they're within their bodies. We can see that their mind and body is connected. We can see that they are soft and fluid and rhythmic, because we know if a horse is rhythmic, then they are happy, if you like, that because they are content in rhythm, and they're discontent out of rhythm. So if you haven't got any of that, you can't compete. I don't care, how white your shirt is. It's a no-go from it's even before warm-up, because some of the scenes in the warm-up are actually worse than the actual competition. So
Yeah.
What would you do?
I think it's as soon as I asked you the question, so you better come up with an answer for yourself, because she's going to ask you back.
You're right.
As you know, I'm always harping about all the things horses want us to know before we even touch them. So it would almost be that horses that are going to compete have to have a certain lifestyle before they even go. They would have to have a minimum lifestyle, because I like to say horses, I like to say, we use the word happy, and happy for a horse is feeling safe. If a horse feels safe, we see all those things that you just mentioned. The rhythm, they can relax their muscles, like Celeste says so beautifully. A horse that isn't feeling safe can't move beautifully. It's just force. It's an amazing statement. And what does a horse need to feel safe? And then that's
so this is a really big question then. Is it possible for a horse to feel safe knowing what they need to go through to compete, in terms of the travel, sometimes a lot of flights, they're in stables a lot, it's a massive change that will have to take place for those needs to be met?
I believe it is possible with proper preparation. And that's where we fail our horses. We don't prepare them. I talk about what happens next. We need to prepare them for it. If they're prepared properly, with all the, I don't want to go into the theory of learning right now, but if they're prepared, away for just presenting them, what I call pixelation, just presenting them with a trailer, and then just going for a ride around the block, and then just going to a showground and coming back, and then just going to the showground, going into the warm-up arena, until you feel they're about to get stressed, but you don't let them go that far and come back. But who's going to spend that kind of time? Well, I have, but
that was my next question. Sorry.
Yeah, no, but exactly. But then is it about the horse, or is it about you? That's what I was talking about the other day. Are you fixing your problem, or are you fixing your horse's problem?
I really think that competition right now, in today's world, competition is about the human. It's human centric. It's about the trainer, it's about the organizations, and it's about the rider, it's about the competitor, whatever. It's all the horse is a tool, and it's going to take burning the house down to rebuild it. I think one of the reasons why organizations at the moment find it so difficult with the movement that we are involved in, you and I and others, of course, is that they can't adapt what they're doing and incorporate what we need them to, or what the horse, should I say, needs them to, so that they are horse-centric. It's almost like you're trying to put a round peg into a square hole. They need to round off the hole before the peg goes in. So that needs a complete change. It needs them from ground up changing everything. And I would love to think it would happen in my lifetime, but I'm not sure if it will.
It might not, but but that's why when you say, is it possible? I think it is possible, but it takes a long time. You need to be willing to put the time and the preparation in. Yes.
I mean, there was a great groundswell of opinion, at least changed one aspect of the Olympics last time, which was taking out the riding from the heptathlon. Thank God for that. I mean, there's nothing to do with connection in that at all. So yeah, but I think it's we need an earthquake.
So just to wrap it up, do we think horse sports and competition is possible to do? Is it possible to do it ethically?
Yes, I mean, I think yes, I'm in agreement with you there. I think it is possible, but it's going to take a lot. Okay,
so if I could use what I've learned from you putting but before what we want to have. So but it is possible. We would say we need to change the way we're doing things. We need to prepare our horses. But it is possible. It's going to take a lot of time, but it is possible. Rather than it is possible, but it's going to take a lot of time, because then it sounds like it's not going to happen.
Okay. No.
Yeah, and it mean, and it's all, I don't know, it's like little local competitions. And some people say, oh, that's even worse. But then you can go when there's not the pressure of the rules and the money prize and just keep it low key.
Well, what the ground roots, I think, is we need to shift whatever we can shift wherever we can shift it. And I had a client here the other day, and I very rarely give riding lessons, particularly on the Mustangs, but she's been coming a while now, and she's got a really great connection with Charlie. So I put her on Charlie, and what blew my mind was she knows nothing, right? She's come from not a horsey background. She's just fallen in love with horses very late in life. Well, late, not as late as us, but still. And even without any experience, without any formal coaching or anything or training, she was still talking about the kicking and the pulling and the marting. Why haven't you got that strap that sits here? And I'm like, what? You mean the martingale? Yeah, I haven't even got a bit. Never mind that. So there's so much to talk about, that we have to get the grassroots done, the ground level done, the foundations done. And it's almost the revolution needs to come from down there, because that blew my mind. And I'm like, how do you know about these things? Well, I've been reading. Well, what the hell have you been reading?
I love it when I was watching some YouTube videos. So don't watch YouTube videos.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that, and then don't do that and call me.
Oh, Rachel, we could just talk for hours and hours.
We could.
Hours and hours.
We can finish it there.
Yeah, so if we could give one morsel of one of our pearls of wisdom, because you have many, and I'm sure I have some as well, to people that are listening to us and would like to go because I love competing. I love going to competitions. If the horse is considered, I have a hard time when I get there. But I continue going, and I just want to say the reason I continue going is because I want to show that there's a different way, and I can go with a horse that is calm and has no gadgets on it and just goes around and actually wins the competition sometimes, So
that's the best way, really.
So just showing by example. But yes, what would be your pearl of wisdom for somebody, and I'm going to think of mine as well, that would like to go out, not give up competition, but they want to consider their horse?
Make it a true partnership. be really be really clear that they are collaborating in the activity, and that there is no force, because force is not always about aggression. It's not about whips and spurs. You know, a force of will can do a lot of damage.
It's beautiful. Yeah, absolutely.
And you?
Yes, just only go as far as your horse is prepared to go, even if
Brilliant.
it means going home. Even if it means going home just after you get off the lorry.
Yes.
And then your horse says, I've had enough, and it's going to go over, the watermelon, it's going to explode. Then you go back home and you prepare some. Yeah.
Perfect.
You know, sometimes that will get you to the warm-up arena. Sometimes that will get you down the center line. Sometimes that will get you to the end. But just listen to your horse all the way through, and stop at a good place before your horse says no. Before your horse says no. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Rachel.
Brilliant.
Oh, I can't wait to see you again.
I know.
And we'll see you maybe next month again.
Yeah, perfect. That would be wonderful. Can't wait.